Oh, what a song to come back to. Wow. Wow. Max, you need the Wordle relay on the intro screen? Wait, that's actually an amazing idea. Hold on. Let's improve the intro screen here a little bit. Huh? How do I even find this? Liquid Guild Twitter? Does it show like videos? I'll probably recognize it. Maybe I won't. I mean, I'm looking at media right now. I just need to look at posts and just fucking Frank is just absolutely spamming this shit. Think it's on your clip channel too? Is it like, yeah, I saw someone else did another edit of it, but the one that was posted to the Liquid Guild channel is like fucking amazing. Dude, I don't even notice these tweets where like Liquid and Echo are tweeting at each other. Yeah, Frank is an absolute beast. Dude, fucking Jesus, how far back was this? I am just scrolling, man. Oh, here we go. Found it.
And
The Wordle word is relay. Got it. Adding this shit real quick. We can probably add a few, huh? The THD salute is good. All right, that one's good. How do I find the THD salute? I mean, I could find it from his VOD. Yeah, I'll find it on his VOD. Might as well go live. Fuck it. I'm just sitting here anyway, huh? You need to add your reaction to the secret phase? Bro, fuck that. Oh yeah, Firefox just blows up on Twitch for whatever reason. It takes like a minute and then it comes back. All right, I got it. Oh, that's not it. I guess I do not have it. What about subscription expiring? I feel like we got to be picky. You know, the collage is a piece of history. You can't just... Oh, 1 second. I have to respond to some people. Oh, let's see. Can we turn down the music a touch? Yeah, sure. All right, let me refresh and see if it'll work now. There we go. That's right after we won. But it's right when we go into the phase when he hits that shit, right? Okay, so we get knocked into the air. He, like... refreshes the glasses. That fucking hits a crazy salute right there. That's... yeah, sure. Okay. Okay. Back to the starting soon. And let's add this. I don't really know. What does it replace? I kind of like... little slurp doesn't really matter. I feel like just that, except put it like under the chat, obviously. That looks good. We like that. I saw undercover rating for the first time. Is that still a bit you do? I haven't done it in a while. I mean, dude, I gotta like start playing the game again, low key. I just like kind of, I don't know. It's weird, man. Like I actually still love playing WoW. Like a good example of this is like whenever Fellowship has a new season, which is literally WoW Mythic Plus. I like, but it's an ARPG. I just go fucking crazy on that shit, and that's because I love WoW, right? It's just, dude, being the 21st man and then like ending the and like being done with the tier and like winning or losing, I guess doesn't matter. Like, and then just trying to like hype yourself up to then level and gear a character after it's all over. It's just so hard. I just don't find the motivation for it. But I do like doing that. I mean, I know Undercover is great content, but oh, dude, I want to watch Instant Dollars kill the boss today. So they're re-clearing. I wonder why they're re-clearing. I mean, they must know that like the boss is just gonna instantly die. But I'm surprised they're not just like extending on Lura and killing it instantly. What did you say? Did you like Fellowship? Oh, I love Fellowship. Fellowship is my goat. I absolutely love that game. I was really upset that they released the most recent season like right before the WoW expansion, to where like I don't know, everyone I played with stopped because of that. So that kind of sucked for me. Advance watch party? Wait, is Advance Lummel's Guild is Lummel's Guild playing? Or are they trying to kill it pre-nerf? It'd be let's actually see who's even on the boss right now. Because like the boss is just gonna get instantly nuked on the reset. I don't know if everyone saw it, but they nerfed Lura by like an astronomical amount. Like it's just fucking. I mean, it's hundreds and hundreds of pulls easier. At least for the guilds that have already killed it, and you're basing those pulls off of. So like, for example, Instant Dollars is getting their reset today, and they're gonna kill the boss instantly. And that is going to be a question I'm asking them tomorrow. Aren't nerfs live now for NA? Yeah. It's that easier, bro. Let me show you the actual changes. It's pretty insane. Do you like this cadence of balancing where they nerf the absolute fuck out of everything after 3 guilds kill it? No, I think it's a problem that they need to address. But also, that's why I kind of want to ask them the question, because, like, I don't, like, when do you nerf it, right? Like, every time you nerf a boss that's already been killed, the guilds that have killed it are happy because farm is easier. The guilds that are, like, haven't even started on the boss yet or just started on the boss are like, yay, that's good. And then, it's the guilds that have mostly progressed the boss that now... Like, you know, when you were to get that feeling after killing it of like, oh my god, yes, we did this, you are robbed of that feeling, and it's like you just killed a heroic boss in comparison to what you were doing before. And those people feel fucked. Except, am I wrong in thinking that they like did this earlier than they normally do? Like, how many guilds have killed this? Bro, 4 total kills. So if Advance doesn't kill it, then that means that only 4 guilds got to, like, kill this version of the boss. And what's sad is Fat Shark, yes, Advance, and Instant Dollars, which I don't know why Instant Dollars aren't showing on here. They're like right in here somewhere, but... The first post-race nerf usually happens right here, but it's also much smaller. Yeah. Well, I mean, I think the main reason why the nerfs are so big is this boss is so P1-centric, as opposed to, like, Dimensius, right, where, like, every phase has its own progression. But, like, this boss is, like... I mean, that's kind of true here, but, like, really it's just P1. The reason the other phases are hard is because you don't see it a lot because P1 is hard. And they just nerf the fuck out of P1, and it's, like, the hardest P1 of all time, so... it makes sense, but... it's just going to make the boss, like, so much easier. Let me find the nerfs. Wait, unannounced Mythic Light Blinded Vanguard nerfs? They also just nerfed their HP. Okay, whatever. All good. ID only on L1. I don't know what that means. I mean, ID has had like low P3 wipes. I don't know what their actual thing is, but. Here we go. All right, so first of all, 5% health nerf. This is significant for multiple reasons. This is going to make the P3 damage check obviously completely free. And also it's going to make the P4 DPS check not require everyone being alive. So this alone is a massive nerf. And then there's a few other things. So Termination Matrix, how this worked before was there was 5 casts with 3 adds, meaning 15 kicks, but you only had 16 kicks in your raid. So basically everyone had to kick on an extremely short timer. There were wipes to this. There will be less to this now. You'll have backup kicks, but also it's hard to assign a backup system. So I think largely this will be kind of the same, except it's just unlikely people will miss their kicks now. Here's the big one. So in P1, you get 3 casts of glaives, and they give you 6 per. So that meant by the end of the phase, you could have 18 glaives out, and you could just get RNG to where like there's just a ton of glaives around you. So now it's just going to be 15 instead of 18, except there's one more thing. Now the glaives only have a 2-minute duration, which means they literally go away. The first set of the fight will disappear when the third set is coming out. This is huge. This means that at the end of the phase, instead of there being 18 glaives, there's going to be 10, which is just like absolutely crazy consistency increase. This is kind of whatever. There's just now all the markers will always be unique. I don't think that really caused any wipes though. This one will probably help. So basically the beam for the memory game goes the same way on cast 1 and 3, but on cast 2 it's reversed. And they just removed that just so it's always the same way, so people are less confused. Probably not super huge. Eclipsed heal absorb reduced by 10%. That doesn't really matter. Overkill current damage reduced by 20%. That doesn't. That's also on a heroic. And the final cast of criticality, what that is, maybe I'll tune in and we can see it. Nope. What the final cast of criticality is, that is when you are knocked back at the beginning of P3 and you have to like do those soaks before the bosses split. They made that, which is a very common wipe, to something you'll never wipe to. This is probably the third most important nerf, just very, very big. Constellations. This is maybe bigger than I think because, like, I don't know, constellations are kind of the only thing that wipe you in P3. So maybe, you know, maybe that'll be easier. Have you guys re-cleared Lura? Nah, we didn't do it last week, and probably not. I mean, we'll probably do it this week, I guess. We don't raid till like later in the week, though. How many pulls do you think it would take you to re-clear? I don't know. That's always a weird thing. I feel like re-clears are really RNG. It's like you could probably one-shot it, or you could take a few pulls, I guess. Also, like what we did this week was we re-cleared Vanguards in Illyria for the first time, and we did it twice. But also, like, we wiped a little bit on not on Vanguards. I think we one-shot Vanguards twice. Or no, we wiped once on Vanguards in one group and then killed it, and then we one-shot it in the other group. But Illyria, we wiped a little bit, but also it's not kill comp, right? Like, it's not the people who killed the boss. We also hadn't pulled it in, like, 2 weeks, but it was, like, 5 to 6 new people per group seeing the boss for the first time, and a bunch of people on alts and, like, different classes and shit. So, like, I don't know. That's kind of expected. Demenzius also received massive nerfs, but they came 1 week later relatively. Yeah, all I'm saying is usually when they do these nerfs, when they like really nerf the boss, I feel like more than just a couple guilds have killed it. Like, let's talk about who actually feels bad about the nerfs. It's like advance if they don't kill it. Fat Shark, yes. Identity, honestly. Instant dollars, definitely. Synergy. And then once we're here, once we're looking at the guilds that are like in P2 or like at the end of P1, maybe, I mean, maybe you could argue like down to here, people who are like in the first intermission basically would feel bad. But it's like, this is what I'm talking about. The nerfs feel good for these people. The nerfs feel really bad for probably around here of these people, somewhere around here. And then for everyone that's like literally every guild for the rest of time, it's positive. I guess the question is, how do they nerf bosses where the fewest amount of guilds feel like absolute shit? Dorky rated me? Dude, my actual fucking, well, not a goat, cat, my cat. Max, you would need to know what their comp eye level is to know how bad they would feel. Huh? If you're in P2 but you have 5 to 10 less eye level than the clears, it's a thing. What? I mean, just because the way crests work, I mean, I don't think it's even possible for any of these guilds to be 10 eye levels lower than us. That's not how that works. I bet all these guilds are like the same eye level as we were, if not slightly higher. Anyone else mad about the new 1% Mythic Plus achievement gatekeeping rewards? Wait, what is that? 1% are getting a new mount. New mount for the top 1% and a 3.4k mount token for Mythic Plus. Gives non-title people something to grind and chase. Wait, isn't that a good thing? Isn't that like one of the complaints that's been out for a while for PvE or for Mythic Plus? It was that in Arena you got like a Glad mount, but you didn't have to get rank 1. Like basically the equivalent for Mythic Plus getting the like title is the same as rank 1 Glad, I think. That's like the same percentage. And then getting just top 1% or whatever is Glad, which normally gives you a mount, but in Mythic Plus it didn't give you a mount. I feel like that's a positive thing. If anything, it will make more people want to push a little bit, and if that's the case, and they've been that's kind of lining up in theory with what they've done in the last couple of years, right? They've like kept adding things to make you want to push above a 10. And then if you do that, then there's more people that maybe want to get title, right? Casuals will hate it. I mean, maybe. I just feel like it's so weird if they give you rewards for like striving to do something, but then people are mad because they have to do something to get a reward. It's like, what are we even doing? I mean, I'm just lost on this because I also just didn't understand why people were so mad about Plunderstorm. Like, Plunderstorm came out, and because it gave you some mogs you could get, like, people were, like, fucking absolutely hating their lives running into the storm instantly when someone looked at them. And they were like, I have to do this. I just don't understand that you just don't, though. Like, if you hate it, you just don't have to do it. Oh, well, there's rewards. I mean, there's rewards you don't get already in game. Like, there's PvP mounts I'm sure you don't get. So there's something like definitely fundamentally missing with me and my brain and understanding like how people think about that. I would like to think that's like a vocal minority. I don't think there's like a massive amount of like casual players that are like, you know, think like that. Personally, I think most people are like pretty normal and play this game to have fun in whatever time they have left after their jobs and their kids are taken care of, and they're probably not like raging on Twitter every single time something happens that isn't perfectly aligned with them. But maybe I'm wrong. It's literally the first post on my head. New achievements and rewards coming to Mythic Plus. Greeting with the patch of this. Keystone Myth. Upon reaching 3,400 Mythic Plus rating, players will earn a time lost saddle. It can be brought to this, where it can be exchanged for a mount of your choice from a curated selection. Oh, wait, so it's not even like a new mount that's exclusive for that. It's allowing you to like get mounts that have previously been released or something? Wait, why is my cam up here? Oh, yeah, because the THD thing. It's both. Read Umbral Champion. Oh, shit. All right. Keystone Myth will launch with a 3,400 rating requirement, but we do not expect that threshold to remain fixed forever. Mythic Plus evolves from season to season, and we want this to continue to represent a similar level of difficulty and prestige each time. Umbral Champion. With the close of Midnight Season 1, players in the top 1% will qualify for a new achievement and will be awarded an exclusive mount. This is just my stream, and you're going to hear my opinion, but I think all of this is great. This is an objectively good thing. So I don't really have much else to say about it. It all seems good. Maybe someone's mad about it, but it ain't me. That seems sick. Why did this take 10 years? Oh, yeah. Let's not be happy that they made a good change. Let's be mad that it didn't happen sooner. Madge. I'm mad. Wait, did Advance call it? Okay, with Advance calling it, I'm pretty sure that is going to mean that there was exactly 4 guilds that killed Laura pre-nerf. So now Instant Dollars is just going to fucking crank this boss when they walk in the raid. Looks like they still have some re-clears to do. Oh, this is also after the health nerf of Bellamy. Are they going the Echo way? Dude, Echo and Liquid challenge of going the same way when a boss makes you pick a binary direction to rotate challenge. Impossible difficulty. Literally never do it. Max, do you guys scout top Chinese guilds for players too? Nah. If one of them knew how to speak English and they were like really sick, I think there's definitely a possibility that that would be good. It's just like they're just not in our ecosystem. You know what I mean? Like most people we recruit, there's like a person that is rated with them, and you know we know about them for a while or something. Like it's just, I don't know, like you know things and you know people, and like the Chinese servers, I just feel like we just know nothing. Like it's possible just the fucking goat of this game is playing over there, and I just don't even know how we would ever find out. Because like communication is really important, and I mean if they're not fluent in English, I mean that would, at this level, that would just not be possible. There's no way you could be good, like so much better than the next possible person, that the fact that you can't communicate would be worth it. It just wouldn't be worth it. So, but who knows? Is it pretty common in China to? I know this is true with most countries in the world, actually. Like most European countries, for sure. It's certainly true in Korea that I know of, but I'm actually unfamiliar with China. Is it common in China that they know a second language, and if so, is it commonly English? Like, is that even something that normally happens? Oh my god, they're gonna kill that guy so early. Holy shit. They're tanking him out. He's gonna die to dots right now. I think they're still vibing. I don't know. They're probably fine. I mean, how often do all 20 people say something? All the time. Yeah, it would be impossible. After every pull. Have you ever thought about making a reserve team on another continent to help find new players? Nope. Never. Okay, so Instant Dollars is still re-clearing, and I kind of want to watch them one-shot Lura, but, well, I guess they might not one-shot it because they still have to, like, do P4, and they have not done that yet. Max Supreme, that Dorky has played with, is Chinese and an amazing player. Yeah, Supreme used to raid in this guild a long time ago. Supreme was we like Supreme. Supreme's a good guy. Why did Supreme stop raiding with you guys? It just ran its course. We love Supreme, though. Just ran its course. Sounds like he sleeps with the fishes. I mean, I'm just trying to be as respectful as I can. Like, he was a good player for this guild when he was here. There's been tens of players, if not, like, I mean, probably a ton at this point. I would have to look at a list of them that were in this guild and were good. And then after every tier, you have to recruit new players to continue improving. So if there's people that are, like, kind of falling behind or don't cover a role you specifically need, you usually move on and you grab people that will help continuing to, like, allow you to improve. Max, do you have someone in your guild that is not a top 10% parse, but is really good player mechanic-wise? No, that's not, like, okay, so, like, there's a certain guild level where I think when you have to make that decision, right, of, like, should I bring in the player, if I had a choice, would I bring in a player that's doing 100 parses but is really inconsistent versus the player that's always alive and is doing 90? Like, there's a lot of guilds that decision makes a lot of sense. At this level, I mean, you don't even get into this guild or even sniff getting into this guild if you are not doing the highest possible throughput, healing, or damage, I guess, like, at all times. That's like the bare minimum. That's the floor. And then there are people who do that and are not nearly good enough to do that, to do this, right? And then there are people that are able to do that and are pretty good, and there are people who can do that and are the best in the world, right? It's a bare minimum requirement. It's not something that's hard to find. Thoughts on Yargi this tier? Yeah, Yargi did good. I think he'll be better after doing this more. Like, there was definitely, you definitely could tell that it was his first race, but he has a lot of potential and he did well. So, I mean, we're going to keep him. He's good. But definitely there were some mistakes that were definitely being new to this. How is Yargi's history? I don't know. He was in Fat Shark S and was doing well, and we needed a hunter. Picked him up. Mechanical mistakes or some macro? Huh? Yeah, just a variety of things. He did really good. But, like, this is really, really hard, and basically every player ever is going to play better in their second race than they are their first race. And while he did really well, I think he'll do better after. Did someone leave the team? Nope. Do you sour relationships with other guilds by recruiting their players, or is it all good? It depends. There's times where it causes a rift for sure. Like, I mean, we've taken a decent amount of players from Instant Dollars, but then also they've taken a decent amount of players from us. I think it depends. Like, I know for a fact, like, we also have taken a decent amount of players from Fat Shark. I know, like, there's some Fat Shark people that, I mean, we took, like, within, like, a year and a half period, we took, like, 2 of their best players, and then after that, we took their raid leader and one of their best players, and then that was definitely when they were, you know, they were not happy with us at all. I think there's a level of, like, most of those guilds understand, like, you're signing up to do something that your guild does not have an opportunity to try to do. So I think it's kind of understood, but it also sucks, you know, like, even if you understand the decision that person made, it doesn't mean it doesn't suck, right? I'm sure Method Pieces, all of those guilds have all had, like, similar experiences where it just feels really bad. Who were FSY guys you took? Many over the years. I don't really remember. Off the top of my head, it's like Zasevi, Impec, Yargi, Suri at some point, a Shine. Think that might be like 1 or 2 more that were there briefly. Yeah, it's a lot. Check identities pull count on Lura. Sure. This guild? They're at 1% in P3. Oh my god. Oh my god. Holy fuck. Just fucking... I can respect that, dude. Just banging your head against the boss. No thinky, bro. Just fucking pull 15. Get in there. Jesus Christ. It took them almost the amount of pulls it took us to kill it to even, like, soak the things coming out of P3. Dude, look at P1. Just, oh, man. Look at the consistency, too. It's like just P1 for 50 pulls. Even this late into it. I mean, there were some guilds that did like 1,000 pulls on Tindril or something like that, so I can see that. Let's look at advances like. Advance is at 384, and they've had like really low P4. They've had 1, 2, 3, like 20% P4 wipes. Okay. And then Fat Shark. Fat Shark, same 384. Also like a 70% P4. Damn, Advance is doing pretty good. They're like out Fat Shark yesing Fat Shark yes, in a way. Max, what do you think about the Chinese guild that killed it in around the same amount of pulls as Method? I don't know. I guess I've never thought about it at all. Let's see. 4 days ago. Yeah. It's pretty good. Advance our rating more than Fat Shark, yes, for sure. Maybe, but I mean, you can just choose to do that, right? But even then, I mean, they're still. I mean, they've had 390 pulls and they're at 20% in P4. And the other guild, Fat Shark, is at 387 pulls with 70% in P4. I mean, it's pretty close, but I mean, I don't think it's super easy to just say like that they're just rating more, right? Like, because pull count would kind of show that. P4 is pretty free. It only took getting there 8 times to kill it. Yeah, we killed it a lot faster than other people did. I think. Like P4 specifically. Like we had a 70% P4 here, and then I think like this is an everyone alive P4. These other P4s are like with people dead, basically. Here was our first like everyone alive P4. This one. And then from there we killed it in 40 pulls. And with only 1, 2, like it's around 5, I think, everyone alive P4s. Fucking blasted that pull too. Everyone alive. How much Adderall is required to compete in the race? I think people, that used to be a bit like when we were doing this a couple years ago where viewers were like, of course, everyone's just fucking slamming Addies. But I think that's like, I think the scenario where that actually happens, like people who don't have ADHD and are not used to taking Adderall just show up to an event and start slamming Addies. I feel like that would go so comically bad. Like just so bad. That would be the like worst possible outcome. You think you guys had a better strat with immune soaks when moving in P4? Yeah, maybe. I felt like it actually didn't matter that much, to be honest with you. Nothing matters. You just have to kill it or you don't. I have ADHD and take Adderall. I don't think it's good for a race environment. Yeah, I was on Adderall many years ago. I have not been on Adderall in a very long time. The thing that drug, that what it does to me is it makes me extremely irritable. Like, bro, I snap instantly. And I feel like as a raid leader, that is such an insanely bad downside that it would make up for like any possible upside is not worth it. When is the Blizzard interview happening? It's tomorrow. I need to finalize my questions for it. I know Scott had some good ones I want to look at, but I'm kind of just waiting to see what Instant Dollars does here. I kind of want to watch a Beloran reclear. Wait, is Hopeful rating for ID again? No, wait, maybe. Is Reformful X not... Is that him? Wait, what? At least he's on his own account. Helping Instant Dollars legally this time, dude. Is he gonna kill Laura? I mean, why else would he be in for reclears? Did they like lose their mage or something? 1 second. Oh, they're in the last phase. Oh, they're killing this boss here. This is GG.
Waiting in 3.
There's literally 0 chance they wipe.
Just listen to the calls.
It's gonna be range first, but we're waiting for big hit.
I mean, the boss is over. You don't need to raid lead anything.
Big hit in 2.
Extremely
1.
dead.
Ranged already went.
Don't even need to melee. It's fucking dead. Boom.
Wow, what a we could not.
I mean, I was waiting.
Wow, we were so
Why do you one shot
that?
that?
Wow, what a boss.
That's a boss.
Dude.
Neck.
Why are you raiding?
Dude, I'm gonna have no content.
It doesn't matter.
I didn't know how to do my
Dude,
I mean,
we
got a banner.
Ooh, pants.
Why are you raiding with them?
For you.
They were missing a second mage.
Big stuff.
For
It's a
you.
massive trinket for Viper, right?
Yeah, it's good. And let's see what we get in Valorant. Let's move to Valorant quickly
Uh-oh.
and swiftly.
Uh-oh.
New boss, new character.
Do you guys want to get
Yeah,
that?
I'm on my
how do
own
I do
account.
this
It's
old
fully
loot?
legal.
Like, did you
And I'm not
need anything
ruining.
in the
I
pile
have
we
30
had,
mages, so I
Are you doing
enough
Laura?
lockouts.
Make sure
I
that
needed
this chest.
stuff.
Okay, so I'll just hold
It
this.
says
Sure, we
he's
don't
10
need it.
minutes away.
Jacob
Do
said
we,
he's 10 minutes away.
do we want to take like a 10-minute break to spend crest and crap?
Raiding
We
Laura?
should
No.
send our
They
craft.
already have a mage for Laura.
Yeah.
I think we just
I wish
walk
it was the
out.
Laura,
Just
though.
fucking
Yeah.
go.
That's so funny.
Really?
Why did they need another mage for farm? Does anyone know? Like, if he's not doing Lura, I'm actually so confused. Roger spawned too. Yeah. Oh, did that potty C come out yet? Yeah, shout out to Roger for doing that. That's it's really good content, but you have to be a big person to do that after losing, you know, just in general, but also with it being so close. Max, did you see Zorthus's tweet on the timing of the Lura nerf? Yeah. I mean, I feel like that it isn't new. It's like that is how people feel about nerf timings if you are the guild that gets fucked by it, right? This tier, it feels extra bad, but I mean, yeah, I know those guilds feel that way. As soon as I read those update notes, I was just like, damn, every guild that's about to kill this boss is just going to feel like absolute shit when they end up killing it. Why is Blizzard in a hurry to nerf it when it seems guilds aren't hard stuck yet? I mean, they have kind of a hard job to do, right? They are, they're trying to, like, make the boss reasonable for a lot of people. Basically, there's no time to nerf the boss where someone doesn't feel like they're fucked, right? I just feel like this time it's happening a little earlier than normal. And then if you want to have the conversation of like why nerf bosses and why not have like a competition mode where you can try to kill the boss that was killed for world first or whatever, that's an entire other conversation. That's kind of interesting. But I mean, that's just not relevant right now. It's also never going to happen. So big time. What are we doing here, Angle? Or like a Hall of Fame challenge. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Why not make it like Final Fantasy Ultimates? It's a new take. No one's made it. It's brand new. Do you think Blizzard will ever do this again with the 3 different raids backlash? I think the backlash was mostly from like, you know, people who like do this for a living or watch the race basically for a living. I don't think it's I think most people were fans of it. That being said, I kind of doubt it'll be a thing. Like, I just imagine that they are... oh, they're going right into March of Killing Us. Nice. I imagine that it's just a niche thing that won't happen again for a while anyway. It just didn't seem like it would be something they would do. And if so, it wouldn't be often. Like, the last time they did this was 14 years ago. Also, they could do it again, and it wouldn't be delayed, and it would be just normal, you know? Like, I don't know. Like, none of this was made for the race. We're whales shopping at Whale Mart. Best way I can describe it to you. Which I understand is probably confusing if you don't know what I'm talking about. I hope every tier is a split raid from now on. Dude, fucking so true. Just split raids only. Maybe a content idea would be to cast Laura from ID with Roger B. Yeah, that's definitely not a bad idea. I need to order food here. Also, I need to finish doing these questions. So the ones I have right now, were there any fights or phases that were done in a way that surprised you or was done differently than intended? And then I just have to ask a question of like, what the fuck Beloran P3 was going to look like. I just have to know what the mechanics actually did, or what they were planning on them doing. Okay, then I have some from Raiders, and Scott did some. We'll cut some out if needed. Yips had one just now that seems pretty good. Why did they give up on visual clarity of mechanics? The Bellerin frontal is the biggest offender, but seeing things on Lure and other bosses were also not great. Where after Gallywix, it seemed like this was a main focus. It's definitely a good question. But also, like, maybe we're asking the wrong people. We're talking to 2 encounter designers, which is like, I imagine visual clarity is a lot of times people who are making the art for these mechanics, right? Those are all, like, they don't make those themselves. Give up is extremely low. Yeah, I mean, we don't. Yeah. And can obviously make that sound less weird. I'm just copying and pasting it from what someone asked. Yeah, actually, I think that's probably not a good thing. Oh, maybe had a good one. We saw that with Crown having a mostly empty dungeon journal. We knew the fight was going to be quite different on Mythic compared to Heroic. Will more mid-tier bosses have this done, or is Crown more of a missed tuning mark? Follow-up, the secret phase of Lura, but also the obfuscation of Grim Symphony phasing players wasn't explicitly written out in the dungeon journal. Is this the preferred route to make future encounters more surprising, even though we can data mine most spells? Also good. I have one that I hope they'll answer. I've asked them this before, and they kind of declined to answer. But yeah. The last one the last one boss, I guess the last mini raid late into a patch was one of the hardest bosses ever, with mixed reaction from the community. This was also 6 years ago. Is the philosophy still the same? Or will it be more approachable with its intent? With your intent, something like that. Around that. Are these questions for encounter designers? Yeah, 2 encounter designers. Swear they answered that. I asked them that, and they did technically answer it, but they said absolutely nothing. Like zero. It was a we're not answering that answer. Which sometimes they do that, and that's fine. It's just, I just feel like I don't understand. I feel like it's a totally reasonable question. I feel like not even just Race World First Guilds. I feel like so many people want to know if that content is actually aimed for them or not. That could go a lot of different ways. They probably don't have the authority to give or not know if they can give the answer. That's why you send them the questions ahead of time, so they can... usually if you're talking to like a higher up, it's so they can like actually find out the answer to those things before you ask them. But also if you're talking to like an encounter designer, maybe they feel like they don't have the... they're not allowed to answer something like that. But then obviously if you send them the questions beforehand, they can ask someone if they are allowed to, right? Wait, was it 7 years ago? Do you know, Max, do you know a good hunter besides Yargi that I can follow on Twitch? Wait, hold on. Why the fucking Yargi slander? Okay, Lura was massively nerfed after only 4 guilds were able to do it. I understand there isn't a perfect nerf timing for every guild. But what goes into deciding when or how big a nerf should be? I'm subbed to Yargi, but he hasn't been streaming much since number 1. That's what number 1 does to you, man. He's fucking above this shit now. That's what he's telling you without telling you, you know what I mean? That's what he's actually saying, though. Ask them if they accounted for add-ons being used in Lura. I'm sure they did. Max, is it harder designing fights for 3 different raid vibes than it was just one setting? I don't think that has to do much with encounter design. That's more art. How do they feel about the add-on purge? Yeah, so I know there's a lot of people that want to ask add-on questions. That's probably like the big hot topic right now. But I don't think it makes sense for us to do this because the people we're talking to are not the people making those decisions. However, maybe we could throw in an add-on related one if it directly pertains to like fight design or something, right? But I think it might be hard to do that. It's very relevant to encounter design. In some cases, yeah, but I think you'd be surprised. There's like a lot of questions you can ask that would not be the right people to answer it. I mean, they've already spoke before the expansion how the add-on like Apocalypse has helped contribute to like good boss design. That's already been answered, right? Max, do you think they gave you these people because they can't answer add-on questions? I'm sure they can answer add-on questions. They're just not the right people. So I think you might be new to this, but like after every raid, there is a interview offered from Blizzard to any top guild that like does the race, and you have an opportunity to just interview encounter designers. It's been happening for years. It's not like this is any different than that. Max, how did they intend Mythic lure a memory game with duplicates to be done all natty? Well, I can tell you how we planned to do it all natty, and basically it's like typing it in raid chat and having macros to type. Like basically, I imagine what they wanted the lure a memory game to be is basically what we did. Like typing in chat what you see and then everyone reading chat is literally what we did. It just also shows it on your screen. Right. But also there's a way to do it with world markers. There is the way of just natty calming it, but like that's definitely more hectic. But I mean, there's in-game tools to do it. And the memory game thing you saw, even though it looks kind of crazy, is low-key just like typing the shit in chat that you see. Because then it's like, okay, do you want to type out circle or do you want to have a macro that presses circle? Okay, well, do you want to click a macro that puts circle in the chat or do you want to keybind it? You have the choice to do either of those. It's all the same thing, right? It wasn't automatic? No. Is world markers not super easy? It's a little more complicated than you'd think because you need to have a lot of people have a bunch of different binds for world markers, and have to remember like world markers is definitely a lot harder than what we're doing. We had a full setup. We did full practice runs and everything of doing it with world markers. It's doable. We did it on heroic. It's just not as good. What did this tier teach you about designing bosses in a world with less computational add-ons? See, I don't even... Like, I feel like I have the answer to that. It's like, on Vanguards, healers get selected with the group soaks. On Lura and P2, the group soaks go on one tank, one healer, one ranged, and one melee. These are things that outside of Dimensius had basically not been done before because they knew they were going to have an add-on assign it for you, and now they basically... That's the one thing that you can't do with add-ons anymore at all. It does not work. And they have designed the bosses around that. So I feel like the answer would just be that, but it's just commonly known, so it's kind of a waste of a question. We only have 30 minutes. I'd be curious if they took anything away from this tier. Yeah, maybe. Would you ask them for more heroic style IDs for Mythic to enable pugging a bit more outside of the first few bosses? I've asked them this 3 or 4 times now over the years, and I always get the same answer. But maybe this is the time to ask it again, because like we basically got a tier without a Mythic lockout in a way, like not really, but like in a way. So maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. I could see that being a smart question. But also, I feel like these are the wrong people to ask that question. Like they can't make that decision. So I feel like it's the right question for the wrong people. And then Scott had some questions. Let's see what they are. First one. It's been an aim for a long time to fix healing output and damage intake to be less bursty. So this expansion, a lot of healers lost massive throughput cooldowns. How did that change your approach when designing fights for this raid tier? Cool. The tuning for the final bosses have been amazing so far with the World Soul Saga. We've been killing bosses exactly on their own rage cast after major damage optimizations. Are you ever worried once the Race World First Guild start pulling a boss, you might have made it too hard or too easy as the tuning seems to be on a nice knife's edge? That's a great question. Absolute banger question. Can we expect to see more mid-tier bosses like Crown of the Cosmos that don't see raid testing on PTR or have a Mythic Dungeon Journal? That's probably a backup, I think. What's the craziest thing that we didn't end up seeing on Lura? A cut concept like the tank mechanic on Queen Ansurek that never made it to live. That's actually kind of a cool question. Oh, wait, yeah. I think I kind of want to ask this. It's more of a for fun question, but I think no matter what team you support, the P4 Secret Phase discovery will go down as one of the best moments in WoW's history and Race World First history. We're dying to know how you all reacted when we first got to the Secret Phase. How amazing was it to see the public and guild's reaction to it? I feel like they had to have had the most lit group chat to ever group chat. Or if they were like live watching it, I just feel like they had to have been going fucking insane. Max, you knew about the secret phase from data mining? We did, and then the boss ended up being so hard that us and Echo had convinced ourselves that there's no way it could possibly be true. They just gave up on the idea a while ago. The boss is too hard, and then it turns out it was actually still there. Are you only asking questions about raid encounter design? Because I'd like to know about Mythic Plus encounter design. How much weight do they put on overall dungeon difficulty versus boss? Yeah, that's a great question. I think it's just the wrong interview. Ooh, Yo, Chick-fil-A is... I opened up Chick-fil-A, and just this fucking jalapeno ranch club sandwich is calling my fucking name, though. It's just calling my name, man. That sounds fucking amazing. Dude, holy shit, that sounds good. Max, I don't see my question on there. Why the boss so hard? Dude, fucking true. What are we doing here? Yo, guys, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I think I figured out how to open Chick-fil-A sauces without like the wrapper tearing on the sauce lid, which has been previously thought to be impossible. But I think I actually have tech. I'll fucking do it on stream, bro. Max, I can't believe the 5-peat, but you're talking out of your ass about that tech. Dude, the 5-peat is crazy. So guilds that have won 4 raids in a row or more consecutively is like Nihilum through these raids have won 5, and then Method, Mop to Wad won 5 in a row. Tier 14, but there's a huge asterisk because they lost Heart of Fear. Throne of Thunder, Siege of Orgrimmar, Blackrock Foundry with a huge asterisk that they lost Heimdall. And then Hellfire Citadel, and then Method to Legion won Tomb of Sargeras, Antorus, Uldir, and Dazarlor. So yeah, 4 in a row only puts us behind like basically Nihilum of all time, and if you include Asterix, the Method Run, and Mop to Wad, but 5 would be like fucking absolutely crazy. Maybe ask about the raid debuffs, Monk DH debuff, Rogue Poison. They make a lot of bosses where there are many targets, kind of forcing more of these classes in. Yeah. There's a good question about that. I feel like that's more of a class design question, though. I feel like... I mean, it is an encounter design question, too, right? Because they have to create bosses where that stuff is relevant. Like, clearly they create bosses that, like, requires 2 Warlocks because of Gateway. Or now, I think most end bosses are probably going to require 2 Hunters. Because, like, I mean, how many end bosses do you do when there isn't, like, at least a massive ad you need to swap to at some point and you're 2-target cleaving the boss? And then, yeah, the whole atrophic poison thing without needing to explain it. Yeah, I could see that being a good question. Yo, is ID on this shit yet? They pulling their BOE farming or something? Because they were here last time I looked. Oh, I'm not live. That's hype. Wonder how pissed Baloran is after the change. Dude, Roger, by the way, this fucking... I know you were the Baloran mastermind, but the... always going the same way in P2 based on like where the orb spawn was fucking... Of all of the morning wake up yoinks that I've ever been a part of, that was one where I was like, oh, that's fucking sick. You don't even need to immune anymore or split soak. You just stack 15 people in both. Maybe. I feel like immuning is kind of hype and kind of easy. I think they still kill, yeah, after nerf. I think they still kill. 1 to DPS. Oh, the healer priest usually carries the intermission, though. They still have 1. What's the egg at? 31%? Oh, yeah. If they, like, don't let a kick go off, I think they're still piss vibing. Oh, they're so low, though. Just lost their Windwalker. That's a bad person to lose. And 2 more. Yeah, GG. They're just down it. That's really surprising that they must have been completely dry. Yeah, because the guy who died was, like, super low in HPS, which means, like, he's almost certainly, like, ramping the beginning of that phase. Oh, the boss is enraged. That'll do it. Oh, wait. Wait, does the enrage not, like, instantly wipe you anymore? It used to double the boss's dam. It's 20% now? Oh, shit. I mean, that's still, like... That's going to wipe you most of the time, I think, especially if you're, like, progressing the boss. I wish I had a duration on it. I still just think it's too punishing. Maybe it's a hard enough boss where it doesn't need to be, but I just feel like if a frontal hits a DPS player in the raid, the non-psycho punish for that is they just die, right? You get hit by a tank frontal, happens to the best of us, cool, you're dead. It happens, right? I feel like the getting hit by tank frontal into just like the boss is over. I just feel like that is an insane punish that isn't necessary. Like there's ways to make a boss hard. I don't know if that's necessarily a really good one. Especially with the animation being so bad. They definitely stepped up the raid difficulty for tanking. Yeah, I feel like they've done that for a few tiers now. I feel like tanking's been like pretty fucking hard. Like Demencius was probably the hardest tank boss ever. And I'm if I can read between the lines of what our tanks were saying this raid, I'm pretty sure they feel that this raid was also just fucking blasting tanks. Max, KJ was a harder tank boss than Demencius. For its time, maybe? Not like overall, but yeah, I could see that. But wait, I don't feel like KJ wasn't that hard to tank, low key. Especially depending on the class you were playing. But if you were like a block tank, I feel like KJ wasn't hard to tank at all. You just like insta-lived all the tank soaks. It was easy as fuck. Magtheridon in current TBC is harder than Demencius. Okay, so we're just saying things. That's fine. All right, I want to see their burn. I want to see ID's burn here. Did they actually wait for 2 minutes properly? Oh, they did. I feel like it'd be really hard to do that now. You just have to stop DPS for so long. Do you know there's actually quite a bit of RNG in these egg phases? So I think like maybe the easier ones to understand are like AUG buffs. Like your AUG, I guess it doesn't matter as much now because they're not buffing like 3 people, but it's still a thing where like AUG, if AUG just crits its Ebb and Might, it's just crazy RNG on Dam, but also just standing still. Like we had a pull, our lowest pull ever, besides our kill. I think on our kill we actually maybe even had a lower pull. Our kill was crazy, by the way. We actually beat the eggs DPS check by like 5 seconds or something. It was nuts. We just got really good RNG. But they specifically the like first burn I think is also just like movement. Like there was one where we VOD reviewed it and the range that had the dark debuff did not move the entire time. They literally stood still the entire intermission. The double umbrella pattern goes hard. Yep. Oh, they're wiping. Yeah, I saw you guys. Were you guys trying to come up with some like technology to like tell people what the things were? Because I heard like some like voice packs that were saying like double umbrella, reverse umbrella, just like shit like that. We tried. We had some shit going on with that on Fyrak. Like Evade was like obsessed with having a sound because there was a different sound file for you can make a different sound file for each blaze like based on the direction you got. So like we thought there was like maybe some crazy strat where everyone pixel stacks and then you basically just hear in your ear like left and then you go left and it's one where a blaze where if you went left you would never hit the pile and it's like super easy, but it goes out so fast that it would be like, I mean basically it was never worth it because it's just like too tight of a timer. But that was, it seemed like your all's tech for that. I just don't know on that mechanic if it would have actually even helped you. Seems like most players hated it though and had it disabled. Yeah, that's what it seems like something that could be really good, but because of how much time you had to just see it naturally, it was just something where it would just probably confuse you. You think this raid is hard for tanks? Yeah, I think so. Seems like the tanks were just getting like fucking annihilated at all times. Max, you've mentioned a few times how much better Liquid and Echo get every tier, but how many tiers back would you have to go that a current guild in the second tier could have a shot at World First? That's a really interesting question that I have no idea the answer to. But there is a, like, if you take like the third guild now and put them back in like BFA, are they just better than us and Method were? Like the version of ourselves now would just absolutely go back in time. You put current Liquid, current Echo against BFA, Race to World First guilds. It would be, you would not believe how much better. It would be like, you would think we were cheating or something. It would like, we would be witches. You'd like burn us at the stake. But as far as like The other guilds, I don't know, because I know how good we were then and I know how good we are now. But I don't know. It's hard without being in those guilds, knowing how good they are. Max, since splits have become massive, do you think the quality of helpers has improved? I think so. Like, we definitely have good helpers earlier in the week, and then it becomes a little bit harder as time goes on. This tier was pretty good. Yeah. We definitely looked at logs a little bit. I think EU helpers are cracked. Like, we looked at some of the, like, publicly run Echo splits, and, like, their helpers were fucking blasting, dude. Like, they were, like, straight parsing on these bosses in splits, and ours did not look anything like that. But I think they have the issue where they have to split them with method. I definitely think the overall quality of helpers is higher in EU, just from, like, anecdotal evidence with that, but also maybe I'm coping, but it did look like that way on logs. But thank God we don't have to fucking fight for helpers with another guild. That was annoying when that was still going on. Do you think Chinese guilds would have a chance if they didn't start 2 days later? Historically, I don't think they would have ever won. And that's just simply just putting, like, time, like, 2 and 2 together kind of thing. But then on top of that, to win, they would not only have to, like, be faster than they have been, but also they would have to come up with their own strats, which they have no experience with, right? But yeah, I mean, it's bullshit that they start later, and I'm sure one of those guilds is really good. And if that's not the case, so I'll refrain from saying, like, it could never happen, but it doesn't seem like it would be the difference right now, but maybe it could be. They would have won on Chimeras, actually, because they lost that by 15 minutes. That's still just an insane lore about this race, is that one of those Chinese guilds would have won $200,000 had we just happened to not kill Chimeras when we did and killed it 15 minutes later, and they would have won almost $250,000 from their bounty thing. And we just, like, accidentally killed it before them. What did you say about helper quality? Lucy, you are my goat, bro. And all NA helpers that help us, you guys are great, but I'm also, you know, it is what it is, you know? I think it's just like an EU thing. Like I think EU for sure just has more players than NA. Like, that is one thing. Like, so there's just more players. You have more people to choose from, even though they're split between 2 guilds. Although I do think Echo has, like, priority better helpers, though, because, like, I think at least in NA, people help a lot of times. They would do it even without getting paid, even though they do, because they want to support a team that will win. And because it is, oh my God, they wiped to the last orb hitting the boss. Holy shit. I saw that happening from a mile away. That's so sad. Where, like, I think a lot more guilds are going to help Echo, or a lot more people, because, like, they want to support the team that they feel like can win, and because they maybe don't feel like Method has a higher chance of winning than them, that they don't help as much. But yeah, so also I think it's more common in EU than it is in NA. Like, relatively, if you play video games, if you play WoW, for example, I think you're more likely to, like, want to play it for gameplay reasons. And I think in NA you're more likely to be casual, just relative to each other, not, like, above 50 or lower 50% or anything. I mean, like, esports is bigger in EU than it is in NA. I just think there's, like, a bigger appreciation for, like, being good at games culturally. Not sure why that's a thing, but I think that's a thing. EU is able to field a hyper-competitive guild exclusively of Finnish people, right? Like trying to make a Race World First guild just from players in Alabama. Bro, that is an insane, like, SNL comedy skit level. Bro, someone can do a skit of what you just said, and it would be the funniest fucking shit of all time. Bro, just an Alabama only raiding guild, but like they're actually insane, but like you can barely understand them. Oh man, that's actually so good. Also, just like roughly comparing Finland and Alabama is extremely funny. Like, yeah, Finland is basically the Alabama of the US. Fuck it. Fucking roll tide. Many people in EU also just refuse to help Method and only want to help Echo. Yeah. But I think that's to do with what I was saying before, where it's like the Race World First is a unique esport where it's true in all of sports too. Like how many sports are you able to like actually actively play with the people you're rooting for and like and unironically contribute to their success by like helping them get gear? It's a very unique part of the race. It's actually one of the biggest arguments I think against Tournament Realm. We talked about this on the podcast, but like I think that's something that really matters for the race is that people feel very invested in your guild's success because they literally helped you get there. You know what I was actually kind of surprised about? I was talking to Fired Up the other day about like this raid or this season or this expansion, and I was surprised to hear him say that he felt like he actually really liked the prey system. Like when we were talking about like annoying parts about getting ready for this race, he was like, I actually enjoyed doing praise, and I found that really interesting. I also think that even though this isn't like really designed for us in a way, I feel like the upcoming like labyrinth delve shit is also probably gonna go crazy. Is Fired Up the best mage in the world? Fired Up's real good. I struggle calling anyone the best in the world in WoW because like you unless you've like raided with everyone, how could you possibly like confidently say that? I would say with him and with definitely a lot of people in Echo and Liquid, it would be hard to believe that someone would be better than them at that. Right, but I wouldn't saying the best is it feels like you're saying something without all the information. And then you're just kind of just saying words, you know? Max, did you see Echo sub 20% pulls on Laura before you killed it? No. I knew that they were low enough to have killed it, but after that I kind of don't pay attention to it because it like psychs me out. But yeah, they were pretty close to a kill a few times. It's actually very, very sweet that they did not do that. That was amazing. Is it mandatory to play 2 Demon Hunters on the end boss? No, not anymore. Although, after the recent nerfs, a lot of comp requirements go out the window. But I will say running 2 Demon Hunters in the last boss is one of the best decisions you could do. They're like the best seed holder by far. They buff the other boss in the last phase. They're unkillable. And they have an absolutely broken movement ability. That like blink thing that Devourer has is completely absurd. Yeah, it is the best movement ability in the game. It's better than Shimmer was. Like, it's fucking crazy. First look at Mythic Lura after nerfs. Yeah, that's what we're going to look at. Why is it better than Shimmer, the cooldown? Yeah, they have 3 charges of that shit, and you can have it go to an exact pixel. It's fucking insane, man. Like, it's so good. It's like Door of Shadows on a shorter cooldown with 3 charges and no cast time. I just had a crazy RNG life moment. So, like, you know how when you order food, right? Usually people, like, bring it to your door. All right, so, like, the front yard, my front yard is like, okay, you exit my door, you go down some stairs, and then there's, like, a walkway that's, I don't know how long, not that long, but then a sidewalk. Okay? You can probably imagine this. You guys have seen, like, houses before. It says your order's here. I go outside to get my order, and they left it on the sidewalk like 50 feet from my door. That's just like so weird. Like, why wouldn't you at least like bring it on my property? It's fucking weird, bro. Like, how does that even happen? Like, bro, you can't walk it like a little further? Tip revoked? Nah, I'm giving them an extra tip because it's alpha. Dude, by the way, Europeans in chat, do you guys have any like particular feelings about tipping culture in America? Any like strong opinions there? Yes, it sucks. We don't tip. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, you guys don't. Oh, okay. I see. Oh, you hate it. I see. Okay. We learn something new every day, chat. Holy fuck, man. I just rip that like a couple times a year and it's always the same. It's so good. Max, just to be clear, we don't hate tipping people. We hate that tipping is mandatory because of low wages. I see, okay. What about craft beer culture? What if I were to tell you that American craft beer is much better than all European countries? And I, like, stand on it. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean to make you pop your ult in front of everybody. Well, I mean, I did. I literally did it on purpose, but you know. What's your take on tipping? I mean, obviously it's dumb that like the establishment doesn't pay them what they're worth without needing that, and they're like crowdsourcing the funding to these people. But I do kind of, man, I look at tipping a bunch of different ways. Like, I usually tip pretty good, but like sometimes if someone was like great, you just leave like a massive tip because like it is definitely going to affect their life more positively than yours because you're chilling, right? But also like I feel like there's definitely some situations where it's become normal to like tip someone for doing basically nothing, like basically taking your order on a kiosk and not even being there, and then it's like a tip thing. And if you were to not tip in that situation, they like look at you weird when you leave, and it's like I feel like nothing actually happened here, but that's okay. Is anyone here experienced with the jalapeno, like club sandwich from not Chipotle, from what is this, Chick-fil-A? They give you like this jalapeno ranch sauce as like if you get it to go. I'm assuming. I mean, who the fuck doesn't get it to go? I don't even know why I said that. Are you supposed to use this sauce on it, or is it like already on there? I mean, I don't know why they would give you this otherwise. Fuck it, I'm doing it anyway. Fuck it. I don't think it's on here. Double sauce it up? Nah, I'm a light sauce guy. Can't you just look? Man, shut up. Stop with your logic. Fuck it. Fuck logic. All right, what are we guessing here, guys? We thinking sub 5 pulls? All right, the thing is they haven't seen the secret phase yet. I think we have the record of like, I think it was around 5 everyone alive P4 pulls to kill. So I'm assuming, I mean, maybe they'll beat that. They technically made P4 a little easier. They've seen the video. I mean, we saw the video too. It's still like, it's a little finicky.
Ooh. God damn, this is fucking good. Holy fuck.
Are you watching? I'm watching T. Is that an old Race World First player? Yeah, Twisted raided with us from... Man, I think he was in Castle Nathria. Maybe he was in Nyalotha too? But yeah, he raided all the way through like Sepulchre. He was in there for a long time. Yeah, he's one of the few people in the Raced World First that has played tank healer and DPS. He tanked in Sepulchre. He healed, I think, before that, and DPS when we picked him up. Max, can you tell us how much gold Liquid spent this race? I have no idea. It's usually a lot, though. It's like hundreds and hundreds of millions. It's enough to topple a third world country's economy from RMT. God, I wish you could still RMT, man. Those were the days. RMT was so sick, bro. You would like be done with raid, and you could make money from your raid, but then like you'd do like a little challenge mode sale, little like 10-man Ragnaros mount sale, take like an hour, make like a couple $100 buckaroonies. That was the absolute shit. What do you mean? Surely you never RMT'd? Bro, I was the goddamn on the most wanted list, man. I was RMTing just for the love of the game, man. Not even making any money, just to like fucking feel alive. I remember when Limit as a whole got banned in Legion. Yep. All the other guilds got banned in Nighthold. We thought we flew under the radar. Hi, buddy. We kept slamming Nighthold sales. Literally fucking, like, account sharing. Like, we were literally playing their characters, too, just to make the runs go a little faster. Just completely egregious shit. Then they banned the fuck out of us in Tomb of Sargeras. Didn't you guys get banned on Hellia too? Yeah, but that was for cheesing the boss. But also, I feel like we got fucked. Like, yes, we like cheesed Hellia. We made the breath not work. But I feel like we got the short end of the stick. Let me explain. All right, so we knew Method killed the boss. We knew Serenity killed the boss. And I think Exorcist killed the boss. And then we saw 2 other kills. And this was like on Thursday. There were 2 kills on Thursday from Scratch and one other guild. I forget the name. But From Scratch for sure. All right, so we knew From Scratch used the breath bug. We had a VOD of it. So we know that they killed the boss with the bug. We didn't know how many other guilds did it because they didn't release the videos yet. So we know that at least as of 3 days ago, one of these guilds, you basically killed your tank when the first breath was going to happen, and then the mechanic just never happened again. It's clearly exploiting the boss, but it had been 3 full days, and we just assumed that, like, okay, I guess they're just not banning for this, because usually they ban instantly for shit like that. So then the very next raid night, we're like, fuck it, let's do it. We did it, killed the boss, and then all of us were banned the next day. So we basically just did it because it looked like they weren't going to ban for it, and then they just decided to right after we did it. Beast. Did the other guilds get banned too? Yeah, the ones that did it, but like after like a long time. We got baited. Who are we watching? We're watching Instant Dollars try to kill Laura. They're the first guild pulling it after the nerf. Plus, they're also like already at the end of P3. But like, they nerfed the fuck out of this fight. P1 is going to be infinitely more consistent. The soaks at the beginning of P3 are going to be infinitely more consistent. Your P3 boss damage is now irrelevant. You'll push in time every single time while holding every cooldown. It's a lot easier. I can just send Scott what I have now. What are the odds that they wipe to the second P1 marks going the other direction? Ooh, not 0%. I mean, I'm sure they've talked about it, but like, they would need to... Okay, question. Here's the real answer to this question. Did Relo alter it to where the map shows correctly instead of alternating? If Relo fixed it for the new things, I think it'll be like really easy. But if not, I could see it being a problem. By the way, I said I thought I figured out how to do this. So if you guys have ever ordered from Chick-fil-A before, you know that like it's like basically impossible to open this without ripping it across the middle. And I think I figured out tech. Basically, you open it this way, and instead of trying to go like twist it this way, that way is like you're for sure ripping it. But someone in chat said I've never had a problem ripping it. Bro, you're so full of shit. Make a YouTube video right now or I'm banning you. All right, I'm going to try this. I haven't had Chick-fil-A in like more than a month, but I'm going to try my tech. Oh, this one seems difficult. Okay. We're doing the sideways pull method to where you get it fully vertical. Dude. Fucking every angle. Check that shit. 0 rip. Absolute fucking beast shit. Look at that. So the normal way to open it. Bro, I will not accept this, bro. You guys are living in a different universe. That shit rips every time. Who opens it like that? That's how you open it if you don't want it to rip, man. That's how I've always done it, dude. Okay, I'm fucking. All of you guys are fucking insane. You know, straight up, fuck everyone in chat right now. Every single one, bro. Fuck you guys. Yep. Dripped on shirt. Now that was a fry. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Yeah, I bet y'all feel like the 50 Cent meme right now. Dude, I feel like that after the race. I saw this random tweet that had like 200 likes. And it was basically getting mad at Sko for saying, I guess, even Sko didn't say anything bad, but I guess they tried to say he threw his casters and his players under the bus because he said something like, I might have to hit a return here soon or something. And then I checked the comments, and everyone's just like, yeah, fuck that Max guy. Like, actually, the 50 Cent meme of, like, why you saying fuck me for? I'm like, bro, I didn't... What? Why are people mad at me? I didn't do anything this tweet is saying. Max, does your girlfriend ever cook for you? Yeah, she does. Her cooking's amazing, and I love her. Max, how come it's only 20 mans? That's just how it works. Max, I just did it and recorded it. No tearing at all. Tell me where to send this shit. Fuck it, upload it to YouTube. And if you don't do that very annoying process that I'm requiring you to do, then I think you're lying. Comments in dollars. Let's get it popping here. All right. Jet posted a tweet called "Pug tanks are not genuinely humans." Okay. Okay. Okay, so it's just a tank grouping things in cat form into death. Is there anything more than that? Does it get even better? Oh, no. Just a quick death. I mean, just fucking group up in cap form, bro. Beast. Instant dollars. Wait, are they? Is this Guardian swap a new thing, or were they playing Guardian last week? Bean? Yeah. Max, do you cheer for instant dollars? Hell yeah, I do, bro. Even though what they're doing right now to the other EU guilds who are currently lower than them is they are NA advantaging the fuck out of them. Like, I know everyone gets all up in arms about like what the NA advantage like could do in a tier. Like, what if they just kill it right on the reset? Like on some Sylvanas shit. Like, they're straight up just, this is the most fucking crazy NA shit of all time. They're just, other guilds are low in P4. They're not even in P4 yet, and they're just pulling a nerfed boss one day early. GG. Wait, ID's EU, now they're NA. Wait, second. Oh my god, I ripped it. Fuck. I tried the same method on the... Okay, maybe it's RNG. Maybe it's still RNG. Maybe even if you have perfect technique, there's just a chance that it just fails because of sauce RNG. Max, would you merc for ID like a current Liquid Raider? Yeah, we're cool with ID. ID has many of our former Raiders in it. Well, not many. Let's see. Twisted, Atrocity, Hardy, and Floby. And I think they have another one too. Oh yeah, Cryptics and Jacob. I don't know if Jacob's playing this tier, but Jacob as well. So definitely a fair amount. Do you think Instant Dollars beats Pop-Tart Corn Dog in XD? Yeah. He's in Velocity. Dude, I saw a funny as fuck tweet the other day. They quote tweeted the Lura nerfs, and someone tweeted like, bro, the velocity pull count tweets on Lura are gonna go hard as fuck. I thought that was good. So how does Lura look right now? I'm going to show you. Well, they're going to show you. I'm just here. God, that was good. Dude, sometimes Chick-fil-A just fucking hits, man. God damn. Well, hi, Lily. I can't believe that happened yesterday. If anyone was watching, my dogs. Ella specifically, I went to go get a soda from the fridge back there, and as I got up, like before I even got to the fridge, Ella jumped off the couch, ran up to my desk, and fully ate the last, like, 20% of my burrito. Just, like, in my face. She doesn't usually do that. But she, yeah, that was just crazy, crazy move. Did Lily hurt her paw? Yeah, she's been limping for like the last couple days. I have a vet appointment with her on Sunday, I think. No, earlier than that. I think it's like Thursday. Is she the one that ate a sock? No, that was Ella. She loves socks. Hi, Ella. Oh, hello. Oh, that was a noise. Hi. Hi. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. And you're a dog. Yeah. You're so happy. They running normal comp?
Wait, they only have one hunter? Oh, no, they have 2 hunters. Did they health nerf as well? Yes. Here's a list of what they did. All right, let's go with the major ones. Nerf the boss's health by 5%. That includes P4. Big. They nerfed the kicks. Doesn't really matter. They made you get 1 less glaive on each spawn, plus when the third ones come out, the first ones disappear. So at the end of the phase, instead of there being 18 glaives, there's only 10. Absolutely fucking crazy nerf. Huge, massive, 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 massive nerf. They also made it so going into P3, you only have to soak 2 crystals, was 3. That was a very common wipe. Very frustrating, like, tilting wipe, too. And then they make constellations give you more time to react to them. That usually wouldn't matter. I just think their animation isn't great, so. That's it. Ruh. I'll be right back. All right, let's see it. I kind of doubt it's a one-shot, but I think they will CP4 this pull. Oh, he had to find the tank. Why aren't you raid leading? This ain't my guild. It ain't mine. Shit, I'm about to stop raid leading my guild too and farm. That is gonna be the fucking time. Couple more weeks probably. Oh yeah, let's see if they actually have the working memory game. Oh yeah, we should have done a Gamba. Oh. That was right next to a glaive beast.
Beams. Oh, is that guy gonna get run down? Oh, he still got hit. That's fine. Ads are gonna come out way earlier. Wonder if that messes with their cooldowns at all. Wait, if they're only spawning in 5, so what is it, a Pentagon now? Yeah. Wait, does it always spawn the exact same as well? Oh, dude, the glaive nerf is even bigger than I thought, I think. Unless they rotate the Pentagon, you can actually make the glaives the exact same every single pull. I didn't even think about that. It still rotates 30 degrees? Really? Let me see that. I want to see that actually being the case. Okay, so interesting. They're over 2 minutes into the fight. If they get these kicks here, when these next glaives come out, 5 of the glaives in the room should despawn. Nice knock. It's right here. So now, I don't know if you'll see any disappear on your screen, but when these glaives come out, 5 of them are going to disappear. I don't know if it already happened or not, but... Nice chill glaives here. But I guess usually when there are chill glaives, that means that they're fucking coming. Nice intermission first pull. Oh, it vanished right on screen before. Yeah, I didn't see it. Interrupts are so slow. Yeah, they're 30% slower. Intermission didn't become any easier. This is still something you can wipe to. Looks like the glaives can be oriented such that one shoots from behind the boss or in front. Oh, so instead of rotating 30 degrees, it's just like... I mean, it still might be a 30-degree rotation. Ish. Boom. Okay, no one-shot. The intermission is nerfed a bit HBS-wise, at least? Oh, okay. Max, have you reviewed the pre-race community tier list? Not yet. But I should. I'm not going to now. Do you think that nerfing bosses so quickly has negative effects on the overall skill level of other guilds by not allowing them to try to be on the same level or attempt to get better? Maybe there's a little bit of that. Like in the top 50 guilds. Would they get better if they were asked more of them? I think yes, but I also think if they don't nerf these bosses, that a lot of guilds would quit. So you have to nerf it at some point. The question is when. And I mean, I'm going to ask them this question tomorrow. See if we get an answer. But I mean, it seems just like really hard to do. The game's still hard. Like a couple of these guilds, like ID definitely feels cheated. Same with Advanced, Fat Shark, yes, a bunch of those other guilds, honestly. But like, I think a lot of guilds kind of need this nerf to even really approach the boss. I just think they probably could have, if they were going to nerf it this much, they probably could have waited a week, I think. Personally, but I mean, I'm only saying that because I know guilds that are doing it now. Like, I feel like there's just a different set of guilds that are mad if they do it a week from now, and every time it's not nerfed, there's a group of guilds that's mad because they like can't do the boss that's in front of them. You know? I wish they brought back the nerfed bosses. Yeah, I've heard that take before. Or what if they have an option to attempt it on pre-nerf? Or yeah. It would be cool. So here's we've asked this before. Why doesn't Blizzard, if they're going to nerf these bosses, at least create a mode where you could fight these bosses at the exact eye level and the exact like difficulty that the Race World First guilds did it, and you're like, yeah, that's cool. But like they would have to put development time towards that, and you have to ask yourself who that's even for. Like how many guilds realistically would pull Dimensius or Lura on original tuning after they have cleared it initially for their guild for gear? Like who are you even making this content for? Like I mean like a couple of guilds maybe. It's not a lot of people. It would be very cool for those people, though, but I don't think a lot of people would even want to put the time in for it. So has it done the other Pentagon? Like, this one is forward. I need to, like, look at all the glaives. If you rotate a Pentagon 30 degrees, doesn't it just make it to where there's now a point in the back and there's 2 up front? Similar to a hexagon. I mean, it's probably not the exact same dimensions, but that was a really smart hold right there. Big beams. Lost a guy, but that's fine. Can easily res him. Oh my god, someone asked about Tournament Realm. Oh my god. All right, is this right around when they disappear? No, it's later. You ready to click? Give your thoughts, bitch. Yeah. Is this a raid leading other guilds type situation? No, this is a... I'm watching Instant Dollars try to kill this boss post-nerf. This is their second pull, I think. First pull, they had a intermission 1 wipe. Oh, those are late getting in. Those are... Oh, we're barking. Sorry, girlfriend came home from work. They're very excited. Bark, bark, bark. They barked and Instant Dollars instantly died. What if raid was only open Friday to... Oh my god. Okay. Relocking in.
Oh my god, these questions. Max, is the glaive number now 5 a massive nerf? Combination of the glaives being 5 instead of 6, and also the combination of that plus the first set despawns now by the end of the phase is a extremely large nerf. Like very, very, very big. Hard to put a percentage on it, but it's the biggest nerf they did to the boss, even more than the 5% HP. Huge consistency thing for getting further in. Yeah, but that's like everything though, right? Just getting further in the fight is the whole point. It's really hard to do. Was there a damage buff on last phase P4 after Liquid and Echo killed it? Technically, yeah. They nerfed the boss's HP, so in a way that's kind of like a damage buff. What do you think about having 2 raids with 3 bosses in total now? I don't know, man. What's your expectations to the 4th raid coming in 12.1.7? I'm expecting it to instantly die and not be challenging. I don't know if that's actually going to be the case, but I kind of hope at least it makes us think a little bit. But I just don't see a world where they make it like for the top 2 guilds. I feel like it's much more likely that they'll make it for the majority of players, and obviously that means it'll die pretty quickly to us, but I don't know. We'll see. Nice. Let's go. Instant dollars. All right, we're getting a P2 pull now. They technically nerfed this phase too, right? Like, I know they nerfed the first intermission healing requirement. Did they nerf P2? They nerfed the transition out, but that's like a P3 nerf. At least in my opinion. Oh, they left us... Ooh, I thought they left a seat on the ground. I don't think they nerfed P2. Max, where did you guys pick up Smacked? That guy was pumping heals all race. It's been so long now, I'm not really sure, but yeah, Smacked is a massive beast. Smacked is really good.
All right, getting out of the phase. All right, now everyone get ready to watch how much easier these soaks are. Actually, I wonder if they'll wipe to them just because they don't know who's going where because it's a different formation. Possible. Now there's only two. Oh my, it's so easy. Oh my God. It's so much easier. Holy shit. Are they all top down too? What guild are we watching? Instant dollars. Oh my God, the boss is low. Okay. Then the circles go. Yeah, the extra half second on constant. Oh no, another dead tank. Don't melee anybody. Oh, he did. That guy has a seed. Someone has to pick it up. They got it? Yeah, boom. They're absolutely piping the boss. Yeah, you could say they're doing... The boss is about 5% lower. To be exact. I guess a little bit more than that because they also have gear. Instant dollar should go for the race. Nah, it doesn't make sense for them to do that. I do think they would be good, though. I think they could get third, maybe. Is that Arc UI he's using? Well, Arc is from Instant Dollars. I'm not sure. I feel like that says more about method than ID. Nah, that's not flame at method either. Method's really good. I think there's a lot of guilds that if they did the whole, like, if we rated more, we could beat this guild thing, that would say that about method where it actually wouldn't be true. FSY and Advance are not going to be happy in the morning. That's implying that something is going to happen that they wouldn't have already expected. I mean, as soon as they didn't kill the boss last night, those guilds knew that it was Jover. Is third even a worthy achievement? Yeah. Oh, you mean like to go for? I mean, yeah, that's why you don't see a lot of guilds go for the race because, well, there's plenty of reasons, but one of which is if we change our hours and now we raid all day every day and we lose some of our players and we have to get more players, we're going to do all of that and for what? Just to, you know, not really have a shot at first or second? Like, why would you? Pop-Tart Corn Dog, absolutely top 3 if they rated all week. Damn, Pop-Tart Corn Dog enjoyers. We like them. Has there ever been talks of other big orgs getting a roster for the race? Yeah, it's been many, many years, but yeah. Like, basically, when we won in Nyalotha and, like, stream viewership was crazy, we kind of tricked, like, a bunch of orgs. Like, basically, Complexity picked us up right before Nyalotha, and then we instantly won, got a ton of viewership, and then we were, like, the hot thing. Like, all these other orgs were like, wait, you can just fucking pick up a WoW guild, and then they can win and get infinite, like, viewership and they're relatively cheap and like all those things. Like, holy shit. And like all these orgs were trying to get into this, right? But little did they know that like only 2 guilds really had a chance of winning, and if you didn't get one of those 2 guilds, you were wasting your money, and a lot of them did. But yeah. Just to make this clear, this is not Olympics or something. You're not happy with a bronze or silver medal. World first, the second, third, whatever guild kills boss. World first, just lose the race. Yeah, dude, so true, Marcel Mitz. Fucking good chat, bro. What an insane chat. I'm glad you made that clear as well. Thank you. Max, honest question. Do you feel like there's a significant skill gap amongst players inside Liquid? No. I don't think so. I think like everyone in this guild is roughly around as good as each other. The skill, it didn't used to be that way, but the skill parity is like very good now, I think. I think you are definitely seeing people approach as good as you can realize. Like, no one's a perfect player, but we have a lot of players that I think are about as good as you could be at this game. Who's your weakest link? I don't really think we have one. But, dude, imagine if we did, though, and I just answered that on stream, though. Like, imagine we had a weakest link in the guild, like an obvious one, and I just, like, fucking just called them out on main like that. Max, are 20 characters a minimum now? No, I actually don't think that'll ever happen again. I think what happened this tier is there has to be like a convention after the race or something where especially going into like next expansion, like the guilds are going to have to agree on some kind of character requirement that isn't going to make everyone quit the game. I don't think this will ever happen again. It was definitely, you know, you ask yourself like every tier, it's like, when is too much going to be enough? It was this tier. We did too much. All the guilds did. There's definitely going to need to be like it's a lot easier in the actual expansion. Like when you're doing like the second and third raid of an expansion, it's a lot easier. Because you can just, you know, you can have those characters already pre-leveled and everything, and there's just more time to get prepared for the raid. But on expansion launches, it's just like such a shotgun of effort that it was just too much this time. Why was this tier so bad? I mean, it was people were playing, the race went like almost 2 full weeks, and the players had been playing WoW for 16 hours a day for like almost 2 months to prepare for the race. It's just the most prep that was ever needed, and it crossed a line. It will definitely never happen again. And the only real way to guarantee that is the guilds have to, like, just agree on an amount of characters. It's the only way it has to happen. The other way is Blizzard makes it so you don't need to have 20 characters, but it's we can police ourselves for sure. They aren't agreeing to that? I think they will. I think all the guilds have to. There was no guild that was spared from this tier. Max, say you all agree on 15 characters, but Method does 20. What's the outcome of that? I don't know. You'd have to figure it out, but also probably wouldn't matter. These conversations haven't happened yet, but I don't know. But something needs to happen. That's for sure. Yeah, I mean, we talked to Echo about this before the tier. We were like, hey, something's got to happen here. And I think the response I got was something around like, you know, it's a little too close to tier or something. Like we would have needed to talk about it earlier, but they were somewhat open to it. And I talked about it with Roger like 2 days ago as well on the podcast. I feel confident that it will happen before next expansion whenever it matters. Because I don't think any of us have a choice. It's just like literally there's no way that could ever happen again. Just got here. Is he saying both guilds are going to agree on a character limit because this time it was too much? Going into next expansion, yes. I don't think it'll happen for the tiers. It's really the expansion. Like, new expansion launches are where the prep is, like, super insane. All right, we're in P3. The boss is actually at fucking 8% after the thing. They're gonna... Dude, they don't even need to... I mean, they're probably gonna hold all CDs, but, like, they might push it, like, during this second memory game here. Holy shit. They still have to do one memory game, though. Okay, it's diamonds first, then it's X's. Then it's T's. And then it's circles. Watch the consties. I mean, yeah, they're going to push the boss like right now. They just have to spread with this memory game and ignore it. All right, turning on comms.
Jesus.
We're gonna just follow us. Remember the beam. Yeah, that's all we're gonna do.
Left, right,
Wow.
left, right, left. I'll call.
Okay.
They're doing left, right, left. I think Echo's idea of back, front, back might be better. They haven't been in the phase before. I imagine they'll probably wipe pretty early. Oh, they got super easy blazes. And move, go. Don't be too late. Oh, they haven't moved yet. They're going to get fucked.
Remember, this is Beeper. Beeper with
It's going to be right on their ass, bro. Oh, yeah.
keep.
Okay, they did it. Left now. They have to go back left. This goes straight right. Last guy goes out. He killed 2 people. That's fine. They have reses. Go now. You have to go. They're, oh my god, they're so slow. Yep, they lost 2 people to the beam. They have 1 more res. They can still kill. They can still kill. They can still kill. Left. Right. And go. Go. You were taking too long. No movement speed. Oh no. Oh no. I think they're a little cooked. That was a really good first pull in the phase, though. They're going to wipe to the enrage right now. They have a couple people in immune, probably.
We skipped like everything in the last thing.
Dude, that's sick.
I don't want to say who it was. Dude, that was so bad. I res and I didn't.
They did get a really
This
good pull,
shit
though.
dies so fast.
Yeah, okay. So, like, the one thing about this phase to make it easier, like, it doesn't matter if you immune soak or not. Like, these first blazes, okay, the first person got a perfect pattern. They don't even have to think. Second person got a perfect pattern. They don't have to think. Third person went just too far bottom left, and then they did adjust it, and they moved, like, mid to not kill anyone. That was perfect. The main thing in P4 is when this thing says move, when it hits 0, you are fucking moving. If you want to be even better, actually, you can have the raid, like, pre-position. So you can have, like, the raid be here. On the right, because it actually baits on the person with the lantern. So, like, you could either have the person in the lantern move left and everyone stands still, or everyone else just goes to the right of this thing, and then you'll give yourself another, like, 5 yards of space. But basically, you just have to move instantly. Look, so move hits 0, and they don't move till, like, what, 1.5, 2 seconds later? I mean, that's just, look how close it is to you when you move that late. Very scary. You just have to move instantly and they'll be chilling. I think right, left, right is better if the rotation is counterclockwise. I think it's all bad. Here's why. I think Echo Strat is better because they go back, front, back. Roger said the reason why they did this is, like, once they pick a spot to stand in, they know they're not going to have an animal run at them. But, like, while you're running left and right, you could have an animal run near you. Like, right now, they clear these with extra action button, but, like, you know, it's possible. Like, you're not actively clearing an animal that's going here or here, so you could lose people to the thing. But if you go back, front, back, you just know that the spot you picked doesn't have an animal coming, so you're safe. Yeah, anyways, going live? Yeah, they're killing it next bolt.
We skipped like the last 10% of the boss.
Okay, that's all I'm asking, because, like, that's
Reclear plus all the nerfs.
So if he's the light guy, he's never soaking? Where was the ad you guys are talking about?
I can share screen really quick.
Yeah, skip the memory game, fuck it.
It's usually just when we start playing.
You do anything to get the 1%? No, you just, there's a guy at the front of the raid you have to talk to. You have to talk to a different guy at each raid when you get it.
Why no 2 Ret Paladin on this boss? What do you mean? Oh, to what? To have, like, Devotion Aura in each P3 phase? I mean, yeah, ideally if you could have, like, 2 Atrophic Poisons, 2 Devotion Auras, it would be better, but, like, at a certain point you have to, like, make your comp work with what you got, you know? I can't believe we're gonna get out of this tier without an epic Brad crash out. Does he crash? Doesn't Atrophic Poison just apply to the duplicated Lure MP3? No.
I mean, I guess it's possible. It does not appear that way from like boss frames. You can see in the boss frame in the last phase, like when they split, the monk buff is like applied to the new one. So like I don't think it actually works that way. Not to mention trophic poison's on a pretty short timer, so. Do you think there should be more limitations on heroic? Oh my god. I know it's normal post-race stuff, but... Holy fuck, man. Max, what causes a former player to become an analyst rather than go off and play in another guild? That's an interesting question. Almost all analysts do raid in other guilds. So they do both. They're a part of the race for... you know, to be a part of the race, and then when the race is over, they raid in other guilds. So are you saying you would have ran 2 rogues on this boss? No, I mean, we kind of went into this boss knowing that, you know, you weren't going to be able to have perfect raid buffs. Like, you definitely wanted 2 DHs for this reason. You definitely wanted 2 hunters. And like in a perfect world, could you get 2 paladin buffs and 2 rogue buffs? Yes, but rogue probably wasn't good enough to do that. And then paladin maybe was good enough to do that, but it just wasn't. It just, I don't know, wasn't worth it. Your comp was like pretty required, honestly, with what you ran. Maybe raids in a different guild? Yeah, he raids in Velocity, which is run by one of our analysts.
I'll get this hard one. Don't worry.
Do you have any desire to raid anymore? Yeah, I really enjoy playing WoW and WoW-like games like Fellowship. I've been getting my WoW fix from Fellowship recently. I personally struggle with, like, being the 21st man once the raid is over. That's the time where it now makes sense for me to level and gear characters. But it's just like, we already did it, you know? It's like, what are we playing for? Nothing I do in WoW will amount to the race. We already won. What is, like... It's just hard to get motivated to play like regular WoW after that.
He's not thinking.
I've always really found that very, very hard to do.
Left the marker.
Folks on yellow. I picked up again. Folks on yellow.
I think Fellowship will last only one more season before it's unviable. Yeah, that's my fear. I really hope that Fellowship never dies. I fucking love that game. But I don't think their overhead is like super huge. Like, I think they're like making it the right way. But yeah, I do struggle. Like, I literally want to spend money on Fellowship. Like, I love the game. I want to support them. I'll literally give them money for no reason, and they're not even giving me like a skin I can buy. Like, all the skins are like for other characters that I don't play. Fellowship is only fun for like 1 week. For me, it's like 2 full weeks of all day, everyday gaming. And I don't think that's bad. I think that's fucking beast mode. Dude, games that come out that release seasons 3 to 4 times a year, and during those 3 to 4 weeks, during those like 3 to 4 releases, you get 1 to 2 weeks of all day, everyday gaming. That is fucking crazy, insane value. That's insane value. I think WoW has broken people's brains to thinking that, like, and WoW's a seasonal game too, but like so many like people who only play WoW ever like trick themselves into thinking that like that's the only thing that makes a game worth it. But like, bro, like seasonal releases of games and getting like 3 months off and coming back and doing it just is so beast.
All right, we think this is the kill here. They're probably going to play pretty confident. They had a low P4 wipe.
Diamond, circle, X. Diamond.
Yeah, I think Fellowship's main problem, and this is a problem with a lot of games, but
Not go past. Circle.
they, Fellowship is like 10 million times better when you're playing with a group of people you know. And that's true with most games, but it's like extra
That
true
was
in
cursed.
Fellowship. It's like extra true in
Cursed
Fellowship.
constellation. I didn't think it would like wrap like that.
Like pugging Fellowship is absolute disaster mode. Diablo expansion in 2 weeks. I'm playing that. I'm infinitely playing the new Diablo expansion. I cannot wait. It sounds so fun. Clueless guy here. How much do these top 4 to 10 guilds rate in a week, and how many characters do they gear up? Yeah, I can kind of show you that. So looking at raid rankings. Oh, the dogs are excited. They're so excited. Okay. Oh, and we're barking. Reptar, why are we freaking out here? What's the deal? Reptar. Oh my God. Okay. Hi. Hi, buddy. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Oh God. Yeah. What was I gonna say? I was distracted. Hi, Lily. Oh yeah, top guilds and how much they raid. So we raid all day, every day. Echo raids all day, every day. Method raids all day, every day. I'm assuming Chinese guild here, Hoggo Hero, they raid all day, every day. Advance, I think Advance follows the like Fat Shark Yes Instant Dollars raid, where they like maybe they day raid first day of the season, but then I think they raid like 5 to 6 hours a night, and then over the weekends they have like 2 8-hour raids on the weekend during progression. I'll like double check their stuff here. Yeah, so this is okay. So they raid 6 hours on Wednesday, 6 hours on Thursday, 4 hours on Friday, something like that. I don't know. The numbers are being weird right now. They raid 8 hours on Saturday, 8 hours on Sunday, 4 hours on Monday, 4 hours on Tuesday. Now, that's just what they say. I mean, sometimes guilds raid more than what they say, so who knows? But I think that's like Fat Shark's time as well. Fat Shark raids 5 hours Monday, 5 hours Tuesday. Wednesday, they go 8 hours. Thursday, 5 hours. Friday, 5 hours. And then 2 8-hour raids on Saturday and Sunday. So pretty similar. Looks like Advance raids slightly more, I think. Or maybe it's actually around the same. Because, like, I think it's around the same. Then Instant Dollars isn't on here for some reason, but, yeah. Identity, Chinese Guild, no clue. I'm going to guess they raid all day, every day, because they have, like, 700 pulls on this boss, and it's not even in P4 yet. Honestly, apparently raids 6 days a week, and they day raid it on the first day. Synergy, no idea. Russian Guild, no idea. Can check their times, though. Seven days until the raid is cleared. Starting early on first Wednesday for splits when possible, but no earlier than there. All other days, 18 to 0, starting with 16 on the weekend. Okay, so this Synergy Guild does the same. They raid 6 hours a day every day, and then 8 hours on the weekend. Max, did you ever raid with Sloot Bag? I don't think so.
What do you have? Oh, it's the Alira. Just actually got careful.
Have you done a tier list of any of the mid-mid bosses yet, or is that anything you could be interested in? Yeah, we usually do that after the tier. Max, you see, in other games, we usually love to elect one best player in the world who would be WoW's PvE best player in the world or all time. I think it's way harder than other games. Like in League and in CS, you're watching everyone kind of do the same thing. Like in League, they have different lanes and different champs, but it's like the same game. In CS, they have different roles, but it's like the same game. In WoW, you're like, there's actually infinitely more roles. Like literal different roles, but also like different classes, and also like what's the value of a player based on their pure performance, or also their ability to, you know, like come up with things and stuff like that. I don't know. It's like it's a complete meme. Basically, the answer to that question is whoever your like favorite player or streamer is or something. There's no actual like credible information you could ever come up with to like answer that question objectively. It's just a complete meme. Max, since you know Twisted, how would you describe him as a player? Seen him play and felt... Dude, Twisted's a fucking beast. Twisted's insane at the game. He was not... a lot of times when people... we never talk about this because there's no reason to, but like a lot of times when people are no longer in the guild, it's because they usually got like... they got like power crept.
P3 spread spots.
Right? Twisted did not get power crept. He just chose to like spend less time playing WoW. Twisted's a fucking beast. He's real good.
Circle, X, diamond. Circle.
What does power crept mean? I mean, it just means what power crept means.
My side spreading out. Triangle. T. Circle.
Hi, Lily. Max, are you going to play Warlock on the launch of the expansion? Maybe. I'm usually a Sork gamer. I'll probably Sork for D4 expansion, I think, unless like it's like really bad. But I mean, they're completely revamping the talent tree. I like, can't wait.
Walk. Don't move. Like, why are we forcing? Walk over to the guy and then just be done. That was insane.
Fucking thought of that.
Dude, the thing is though, is like, yeah, like they're having some P3 goofs, but they're in P3 every fucking attempt, man.
You just dodging each other?
Hi, Lily. Max, how is Boomy at healer this tier? Absolute beast.
Okay. Right back to it. Like, you can go after this conversation. Like, you stuff so much time.
I think Tyler just assumed they went because they were literally next to each other.
They legitimately missed each other.
They didn't walk. I mean,
I
by each
I
other.
just ran out of their straight line.
Was the one trick healer you guys were considering an ID? Or I have literally no idea what you're talking about.
What? You don't want to try to do this?
What?
I mean, with the nerf.
Pull 90. Pull 90 right now.
Horse is being needy. Dude, Lily is... I mean, Lily is the neediest dog of all time, bro. We love Lily, but...
Some people send their what's
it is a lot.
Like 2 minutes on pull? Doesn't reset? 130.
She is, she will, like... If I stop petting her, like... Here, maybe she'll do it. Oh, Ella's getting in the way here. Like, if I'm petting Lily, like this, and I just, like, I'm kind of done with it, I'm just like this, she will, like, she will lift your arm and hand and put her head in your hand.
Oh, no.
And it gets aggressive. Like, she will, like, she's, like, I'm, like, resisting it, but she's, like, pushing really hard. Yeah, she's, like, shoveling your hand out.
You know, if PB was here, it'd be fucking puking. What do you say? There's in this pool?
Max, what's
He's
the
got his
reason you
toes
didn't
in the
use
sand right
Holy
now.
Priest or
He's
Presovoker
chilling.
in the race? We did use Presovoker in the race, but why didn't you use Holy Priest? I don't know. It just wasn't the best, so we didn't do it.
Oh, Hilton had him.
A lot of times there are things that are good but aren't the best, so you don't play them.
That's where all the lacrosse kids used to go for like summer camp.
Yeah, I realize I'm literally just sitting here, like, just watching ID play. I'm just gonna, like, leave and let you guys watch them, I think. I'm just gonna raid him, because I'm just sitting here watching them. It doesn't make any sense for me to watch it at this point. Alright, watch ID kill the boss. Amen. See you later.